Hello there, my crypto bit brothers and sisters. It's a little pause there, because I'm an old man. I get these brain farts, and I just had to, hey, Papa Ron, what's happening?
Hey, my
And look
brother,
over there,
good.
look too. We got everybody over here. Man, this is cool. Man, we're spreading around halfway around the world over to the UK, talking to Luke. That'll be fun. Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
How
Going.
you
How's it
doing,
going?
Luke?
Doing good, mate. Yeah. Yourselves?
I'm doing wonderful. If I was any better, I'd be twins. Man in the world will be twice the trouble. Heck.
Well, we got a few
Take
things
it
we want to talk about today. Let's just catch up on a little bit of the recent news. I just saw an article before we got onto this video about Ethereum. They've taken a dive today. Did any of you guys have a market cap pulled up? What are they at about now, Rod? Do you know?
about 320, around 320.
320. So they've given, but they're kind of blaming this on all the transactions that are taking place within the Ethereum blockchain. And most of it is hinged on these ICOs, they're saying. Have you heard anything about that, Luke?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. It's been quite a eventful week for Ethereum. The thing is, like we were saying just now before the record button got hit, like what Ethereum's now going through is basically like what Bitcoin has had to deal with for like however long, like with all the congestion, and Ethereum is now having to kind of take the load of all these like borderline Ponzi ICOs, and now Ethereum's experiencing congestion problems, and that was always inevitable. As all the different blockchains grow, like LiteCoin, Dash, all of them, as they all grow, they're going to experience these kind of problems. It's scaling problems, isn't it? And and in a way, it's a good thing that Ethereum's getting these problems because it shows that it's popular, right? That's good. You want it to be popular. I mean, it would be more worrying if it wasn't popular, but yeah, I know that's kind of why the prices kind of took a hit. And I think one of the ICOs that were released yesterday, I think, was it Status? Don't quote me on this, but I heard that there was some kind of bug with it. I don't know if that's true. I don't want to cause like a crash or nothing or annoy people's investments or anything, but that's what I heard. Yeah. So it's a risk. ICOs are risky, man. Especially if there's a bug.
I went on my Ether wallet yesterday, and a note came up. They actually suggested not to use it today because they had so much of the ICO business going on. And it's growing pains, and all this stuff's going to go through them. But the scary part is we still don't have hardly anybody involved in crypto. I mean, what if there was another 4% of the world on this stuff? It'd be a nightmare.
Hell, it would be.
Mate.
You couldn't get anything.
Yeah,
mate. Honestly, I don't think this industry at this present moment is ready for mainstream usage because it can't. I mean, until with Bitcoin is trying to scale, with Segwit and Segwit2x and all that, like the exchanges, like Shapeshift, Poloniex, they're all struggling under all this crazy amount of volume. And I mean, again, it shows how popular this industry is, but the industry I don't think anyone's really expected it to kind of kick off this quickly so soon. I think, I
don't either.
Yeah, and it's good that it's happening, right? But I think a lot of people were caught with their pants down personally, and
that's for sure.
Yeah, like Poloniex had to take down their troll box because they had to kind of. The resources that they were using to monitor the troll box could have been, they're saying, it needs to be put towards helping people with their complaints.
Support tickets, that's right. And
yeah, supposedly, yeah, they're helping people. Supposedly, I mean, I don't know what's going on with Poloniex and their support, but yeah, I mean, it just shows that this whole.
I had a support ticket in there, and they finally caught up to mine and resolved it. I was thankful for that. But I heard.
How long did they take?
Well, it was a good 2.5 weeks into it, and God, we were trying to transfer 77,000 burst coins out of there, and they nabbed them, but we got them back. But
remember, I said that would happen. Remember, I said things like that would start to happen when people when we have big amounts of altcoins that were once a fraction of what they are now in price, moving them around, sending them to different exchanges or different wallets. it just creates a bottleneck scenario. But yeah, carry on. Sorry, carry on.
No, you're right. And I was just going to make the comment that Coinbase about a week ago tweeted that they had 40,000 applications for accounts in one day. And
oh my heck!
It's unbelievable the amount of volume that's going on out there.
Who's going to be picking up all that? That's a lot of that's a lot of work to be done.
Yeah,
right? And that's a lot of manpower as well. But hey, look, these exchanges, they make a decent amount of money. You know, this is like a booming industry, so I'm sure they can outsource to some kind of like someone with a basic knowledge in technology, you know, with a tech background, and to kind of sort it all out. But yeah, you know, it's easier said than done. But this is what's going to happen. It's going to happen more so. So, like you said, imagine when, you know, 4% of the world's population is aware of this. It's going to be crazy. I mean, we're going to see this just continue to carry on as it is. And
if I could inject something, I think that if they could make something that they're just kind of easy to go back and forth, why would you need an exchange? And I'm talking about all coins. If you just had something that could, like, shape shift, you know, where they go back.
Even they're having problems.
Yeah. Because of the volume again. But if there's some way to make it so you don't, I don't know what the deal is. And I'm definitely no computer guy, so hell, I would mess it all up.
No, you can bet they're working on this stuff. They're as stressed about it as the customers are. They're just undermanned right now. I mean, what else did I hear on that? I heard that, and you talked about fees, Luke. Ripple said we watched one of their honchos on one of the exchanges, and they said they were making $88,000 a day in fees
just off of Ripple. Yeah,
wow. It's crazy.
Wow, that's
so they got the money. It's just the expansion. They're going through the growing pains.
That's what happens.
And I'm sure it takes hundreds of thousands of dollars to do all this crap.
Yeah, of course.
Millions.
To set up all these, like, the infrastructure, you're going to need like a network engineer, a network architect. You're going to need, web designers, web developers, programmers. So yeah, I mean, it is going to take time to set these things up. It's not going to happen. Rome wasn't built in a day, right? So
at least 6 months.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Sooner would be better.
So look, what do you hear over in the UK and all? What's going on over there? Any news on Bitcoin or anything that's?
No, same old really. Same old. I mean, it's the same old kind of stuff over here. There's still Bitcoin meetups over in Bristol and stuff. Get those. I still haven't been to one. I say it all the time. I am meaning to go to one. I just haven't got around to it. Like, time just seems to be like something that just vanishes within your hands. It just goes really quick.
Yes,
so but yeah, I mean, it seems to be.
Wait till you get my age.
Are there any new coins you're following right now?
I know. I mean, there's a coin called Stratis that's based in London. I've been reading up on that, and that seems interesting. Maybe could be something worth looking into, maybe in the long run. And they're based down the road in London. I think they're working with Microsoft, I don't know if that's true or not. There's a lot of rumors in this industry, but they seem quite interesting. I think they're providing blockchain solutions for businesses or something. So
they just had their ICO, didn't they?
Yeah. I don't know how. Well, it was quite recent, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah, and I think it sold out in a matter of minutes.
Wow. Yeah. So that could be interesting in terms of what's going on in the UK. But what else is in the UK? I mean, I think MadeSafe is from Scotland, so that's another British blockchain. There's an ICO going on their network, the Safe network, called NVO or something, and that's going to be a decentralized exchange apparently. From the research I've done, I don't think NVO is anything to do with MadeSafe directly, but they're just using the Safe network to build the decentralized exchange atop of. So yeah, I mean. So a few things are happening over here. So there's a few bits of innovation. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's getting there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, listen, let's switch gears here a bit. I kind of wanted to get into this BIP148 and this Segwit2x. Let me kind of set this up if I can. you know, there's so many new people coming into this industry, and even those that have been in there involved, a lot of these terms and stuff aren't readily available to even some of the people that have been in. As I watch videos, YouTube videos about this BIP148 and stuff, there's so many different ideas and opinions on it, and it'll continue to be that way. So as a basic understanding, and you guys join in here if I'm making any mistakes, but as I understand it, you know, as Bitcoin has grown, the time of transactions has slowed down, and the fees have picked up, and the fees are higher, and they've been trying to solve this, and one of the answers was this segregated witness. And basically all that does is when you take a transaction and it comes onto the block, it's full of code, like who sent it, who's receiving it, the amount and all that. Well, you get so many of these transactions per block, and it slows it down. So that's been the problem. What segregated witness has done is taking some of that information out of that transaction,
puts it into a smaller block, basically makes the block space, uses the block space more efficiently.
Yes, which has, just like you were going to say, it's sped it up. It's made it so that the transaction then and that block reacts quicker. Then the fees come down. But who's been kind of fighting this, I think, are some of the miners over in Asia. And, you know, there's a guy, his nickname is Bitman. Have you heard of him, Luke, Rod?
Yeah.
It rings a bell. Yeah, it rings a bell. It rings a bell.
He owns the biggest company that produces mining equipment.
Yeah.
And he also owns some of the biggest mining warehouses that actually do the mining. So he's got a I can't think of the word, but he's kind of on the inside loop. So he likes those fees along with the miners. He likes the fees elevated and high because they're making so much more money on their work. So now you get this BIP148, and all that is it stands for Bitcoin Improvement Proposal.
Improvement Protocol. Yeah, proposal.
Protocol, or proposal, whatever it is. And this is the 148th proposal that these folks have made. Not necessarily Bitman, but either at a core or the users, whoever. And basically what they're saying is they've set a date for August 1st that they're going to do a soft fork. Now, there's basically 4 forks, and I'm doing all the talking here. There's basically 4 forks. There's hard forks and soft forks. One is a minor soft fork. One is a user-activated soft fork. Yeah. And that's the one BIP148 is stressing. And then there's
also a minor activated. There's also a minor activated soft fork as well, isn't there, or something like that going around?
Right.
Yeah.
And then 2 of the hard forks, one for miners, one from users. So they're doing the user-activated soft fork, and they've set a date of August 1st that they're going to make all the blocks. They're going to force the miners to take on this Segwit, segregated witness.
To Segwit. Yeah, they have to conform to Segwit. Otherwise, the blocks that they mine are invalid, basically.
And that 148 is going to happen on August the 1st. It is going to happen. So you got to make plans for that.
Well, they've set the date. You're right. But and just go ahead, Luke.
I was going to say, so that we might have for a temporary amount of time. If that happens, like if there's no solution made for BIP148, we could get like temporarily 2 chains, like the legacy chain and the BIP148 chain.
Right.
But you might get where the wallets, they might try and get you to choose a chain or something. But I don't recommend choosing a chain, because if you choose chain A and then all the hashing power and all the big money goes to chain B, then you're kind of left stuck with a chain that's not really going to be used. So it kind of seems like it's kind of like a trap almost. It's kind of risky. So the best thing to do is just kind of keep those coins in cold storage where you've got your own private keys.
Yeah,
and then just let it blow over. Yeah, own it. Exactly. Own the damn money. Own the damn coins, and then once it all blows over and it kind of all resolves, then do whatever you want with them.
Luke,
really. But
can you expound a little bit on those private keys? If there's some new people watching this, they ain't got a clue what we're talking about.
Yeah.
How
basically, basically, like if you get like your own private wallet, the legitimate ones, the decent ones anyway, will give you like a 12 to 24 worded passphrase. That's basically called like a seed phrase or a private key. You use that to basically access the blockchain, because remember your funds are on the blockchain and not in the wallet. The wallet's basically like a gateway to that respective blockchain, right? So those private keys, you can use those private keys. Say if you had that wallet on your laptop and that laptop gets blown up, gets melted or stolen or destroyed, as long as you've got those private keys, that 12 to 24 worded passphrase, you can restore that balance because you're accessing the blockchain on another device or on another laptop, on another phone. I don't recommend storing cryptocurrency on your phone, but you get the picture of what I'm trying to say. You get the gist of it. So yeah, it's important to have your own private keys, and then you can actually access that balance. You can actually access the blockchain through that. That's why with these ICOs, like with Ethereum and the ICOs and these smart contract tokens that are on Ethereum's blockchain, that's why these ICOs always say, don't give them exchange wallet addresses, give them a private wallet address, because if those tokens get sent to an exchange wallet, the exchange has access to it, but not you, because the exchange is the one that owns the private keys to those addresses. So it's always just own all your cryptocurrency privately, all of it privately. Yeah. Don't put it on any exchange.
That's a good point. The exchange is basically just giving you an IOU, this many tokens or coins. Yeah. They are in control of it. If that exchange goes down or anything, you're going to have to fight for them coins probably. So like Luke says, get a wallet where you've got a passphrase and you're in control of that wallet. Or a hard wallet like a Ledger Nano S or that Keep Key. Yeah. There's various ones that you can keep those.
Trezor as well. Trezor is a flagship one as well.
And it's the Bitcoin we're worried about. So come, we're going to do, I'm sure as this thing gets closer to August 1st, we'll have more heads up and be able to do more videos. But let me tell you what's just happened in the last. Go ahead.
I'll also make a quick point quickly before you go on to that one. I've noticed a lot of people are saying that when they order their wallet devices, their little tiny devices, the waiting time is like 4 to 6 weeks now. When I bought mine, it was 7 days. I mean, I bought a Ledger. I'm in England. They're in France. So I suppose that's probably why it was so quick. But it's the waiting time is just a little bit longer. So maybe as a temporary stopgap, find a reliable online wallet, it has a cold storage feature that you can put in your like a desktop wallet in the meantime, just so you can get your coins off the exchange. You just don't want them on the exchanges. Like exchanges cannot be trusted at all. But yeah, carry on what you were saying. But I had to get that bit in there.
That's perfect point. Yeah. And you might want to look at paper wallets too. It's anything that you're in control of. Anyway, so I was going to say then what's kind of changed this BIP148 is now they had a meeting recently, and I think it was in New York, a consensus.
Yeah, the New York consensus thing, event,
as to where Segwit2x, now you got the Bitman and the miners pushing to get this in before August 1st. Because if this Segwit, and what the 2x represents is they want to double the block size 2 times.
For a hard fork, For
a hard fork later on. But if they get the Segwit implemented before August 1st, then BIP148 will probably not happen.
Right, yeah.
So, and they're got the demos or the betas working right now, and they're hoping by the end of June that this Segwit...
They can roll it out, yeah.
Will be in force.
Wow, that'll be good.
Yeah. But the thing is, that's probably why the price kind of went up a little bit over the last sort of 48 hours. Yeah, because this Segwit2x is kind of like the result of, like you said, that New York consensus event, that kind of the meeting. Was it the Silver Agreement they call it?
Yeah,
I think that's what it's called. Yeah, and so this is basically the result of this. But I think as well, BIP148 was kind of the kick up the ass that the community sort of needed, because there's a divide between miners and users, when really miners and users need each other in all the cryptocurrencies. They need each other. They're
I don't know. Yeah, they're at war right now.
So this Segwit2x thing, it's brought a lot of hope. Like we're gonna get Bitcoin with Segwit regardless of whatever's gonna happen, right? But the hard fork thing, hopefully that will go smoothly. That's what's kind of giving people a few doubts. I think that it's expected in October. I think 6 months after the agreement or something. So 6 months from May, isn't it? From when the agreement started, from May, that's October or something, or November. So by 2018, we could have basically Segwit with 2 megabyte block size. And it's interesting because LiteCoin kind of set the pace of this. LiteCoin kind of tested it all for us and showed that there hasn't been any major bugs in it or anything so far, which is good.
It's been almost flawless, yeah. So Segwit will definitely be a big plus for Bitcoin because it's going to speed up the transactions. We all want lower fees. I mean, basically, nobody's trading in Bitcoin anymore because they can't afford the blasted fees.
Well, that brings me on to another interesting insight. I'll mention that in a minute. But yeah, Segwit gives way to other like off-chain applications and stuff as well. So, and like we saw with LiteCoin, I think LiteCoin, when they had they had like an agreement for Segwit to happen, but a part of the agreement with Segwit and LiteCoin was that if LiteCoin's block size reaches 50% capacity, then they would fork it to 2 megabytes as well. And that was just out of goodwill and good nature. So then everyone's happy. No one's crying or having a pissing contest or complaining. Hopefully it goes through okay. And hopefully it all goes well. And the other interesting insight is because people are afraid of using Bitcoin as much now, especially when we go towards August, of course, businesses are going to carry on going, like, blockchain-based startups, the legitimate ones are going to carry on going. People are still going to want to trade and make money because trading is some people's full-time job. So if people can't use Bitcoin, they're going to use altcoins, right? Because life is still going to go on regardless, right? If Bitcoin takes a nap for a few days, goes off, has this upgrade or whatever, has a manicure, then life's still going to go on, and people are just going to use the altcoins as a substitute. That could possibly bring a lot of capital to altcoins, right? Potentially. Yeah. Potentially, it's a good insight to have. So it's interesting, and I don't think anyone really knows what's going to happen. But
it'll be fun to see.
Yeah, it'll be very fun to see. Yeah, definitely. As long as everyone just practices safety first, then it'll be good fun.
Well, and that's the key, is you want to protect your Bitcoin prior to August 1st, and then we just need to wait and see what's going to happen. I wanted to show just a couple things, Luke, and I'm going to kind of cut us off the screen for a second, but you were just talking about alternative things, and I just pulled up the website. Let me switch so the viewers can see this. It's called 10X, Join the Revolution, and it's actually a credit card with a chip. You put the credit card into the chip reader wherever you're at, restaurant or wherever, and then on your phone you can pick what altcoin you want to send to the card to pay the bill. It's actually
sounds like that Interledger thing that Ripple was doing with those plugins and stuff a few days ago.
Yeah, that Interledger, same thing. So people are working on to get all these coins intermixed, not intermixed, but in a way that we can use them. We don't have to have a separate wallet for every blasted coin. It's actually pretty cool.
Or an exchange.
Yes, that's right. Listen, I had a couple other, one is I wanted to show this here, and we're going to put some of these articles, we didn't show them, but we're going to put them in the description box, but this site here called CoinDance actually shows you the progress. See, here's that segregated witness 2, and they need to achieve 80% of the hashing power to actually make this transition.
For it to happen,
before August 1st.
Rather than the default original Segwit proposal, which was 95% required signaling. So it's. But it seems like it can happen. This 80% can be reached.
Yeah, you're right. Well, right now they're at 30%, but and then as you go about what's going on, like today, 81% of the blocks mined today are supported by Segwit. Anyway, it's kind of interesting. We'll put that site down in the box and some of these other articles. And I hope we got over what we wanted to about that. You need to worry about protecting your coins as we get closer.
That's the main thing. That's the main thing.
Matter of fact, that's another thing that I have here, Rod, is I have an article I'm sorry, you guys.
No problem.
Okay, that's all right.
Here it is.
No problem.
This actually shows in this article. Yeah, I know you are, Rod. Here, I'll put this on the screen. This article here actually shows the wallets that are supporting BIP148. Now, of course, we're saying Segwit2x is going to hopefully, where BIP148 won't be used. But here's a list of some of the wallets, and we'll put this in the description box also.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, and as this gets closer, I'm sure we'll have more news about it and be able to converse more about it.
And also Segwit2.
Yeah, right now I think that's the direction it's going to head. And I think the Segwit part is a good thing. It's going to speed up times and hopefully reduce fees, get Bitcoin back on track.
Yeah, and if everyone, and even the hard fork thing as well. I mean, if everyone unifies through this, and the hard fork goes smoothly, which I hope it will. I mean, I don't think anyone ever, because it is causing a bit of getting people a bit nervous. That will make Bitcoin just a little bit more ideal, valued, I suppose. It would really help the community, help the entire payment network in general. And yeah, then can work on other things and look to the future, and whatever other problems can happen, at least then people are actually unified rather than this stupid divide that's ripping the entire ecosystem apart.
You're right.
So yeah.
Well,
I'm going to put a plug in for somebody. There's a guy by the name of help me out here, Luke, Anthropopoulos.
Oh, Antonopoulos.
Antonopoulos, yeah.
Antonopoulos.
He's got a new book out. You can find it on bitcoinbooks.info, and it's free. And it's
nice.
basic usage of the blockchain and stuff. And this guy's a programmer or something. I was listening to him this morning, and God, man, talk about talking over your head. Whoa, man, I didn't know anything.
Are you think the book's going to be any better?
I don't know, but I'm going to read it. I'm going to find out something about this, man. But that guy, he is so smart. But he explains stuff real in layman terms too, though. Where he made a lot of good analogies. And
he's got some good videos, some really informative videos out there as well.
Boy, I had no idea. I just found him this morning. It's amazing all the places you can find information from if you want to really look into this. Ron, he's been doing this a lot longer than I have. I just don't seem to have the time, and I'm retired. Hell, I think I'm working more now than I did before.
Yeah. Time is one thing I've realized, man. Time just seems to go faster and faster and faster as you get older. I'm in my late 20s now, and it's just gone.
You're just a baby.
Yeah.
Luke,
Yeah.
We've got grandkids your age.
Yeah. In fact, I got grandkids his age. Anyway, it's amazing.
Well, listen, I don't know how long we've talked. Go ahead, Rod. I'm sorry.
I said that's. See, he's talking
42
about
minutes. Yeah, 42 minutes.
42 minutes. That's not bad.
Well, why don't we exit it here, and we'll just get on again in another week or so, and keep kind of the chit chat going. I like it. It's been good. Yeah. Folks, we're gonna cancel out now. Appreciate you viewing with us, and we'll see you soon. Rod?
Yeah, God bless.